Happy Saturday. We have a big show today. I'm going to invite Matt Major on here. I'll let you guys start coming on. Hold on, Matt. Oh my gosh, I'm over the top of this. Where are you? Matt, isn't it or Matthew Major, the white label? Oh, Major 44. Hold on. I've got Matt coming on. Did you get that, Matt? Okay. Hi, everybody. Okay. Oh, I have to I'm echoing. Let me see if I can. Sorry? You can talk. Oh, okay. Yeah. The volume's off. Good. It is off. Good. It's all the way off. Hold on, everybody. Let me see if I can. I have to comment. I have to post this whole. I have to do this comment thing. One second. Okay. And then I have to pin this. We'll get to the. We'll get this done, you guys. Pin comment. Okay, we're about to go live on Talk Shop Live. I've got Matt Major here with me. Okay, we ready? Are we on? Hi, everybody. Oh, we're starting the show. Okay. Big sale coming up, you guys. Stick with me. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hi, everybody. Happy Saturday. We have a big show today. It's my first time on Talk Shop Live, and I have Matt Major with me, who is a vitamin specialist. Matt, tell me a little bit about yourself, because I've never met anybody that knew more about supplements than Matt Major.
Quickly, I've been working in this industry for about 11, 12 years now. I kind of work behind the scenes on helping people like you on the manufacturing side and bringing their products to the market, but also emphasizing, where they're sourced from, how they're made, how they're tested, all those things for efficacy. So,
yeah.
Yeah,
so let me tell you guys a little bit about me. If you guys don't know who I am, my name is Darnell Cox. I'm a 56-year-old gerontologist and healthy aging coach, and I now have a supplement line. But let me tell you a little bit about the story of how I developed this and why I developed this and how I started working with this expert, Matt Major here. I have a degree in gerontology. I have 2 master's degrees in gerontology and psychology, but I've been health coaching for a very long time. And I was always struggling to find a vitamin supplement that was highly effective, pure, free of toxins and heavy metals and all of that stuff, that was really effective, that I could feel in my body. And the more that I researched on the current supplements that are on the market today, the more I was blown away at really, I wouldn't say the lack of, the FDA to kind of regulate them, but a real deficiency, Matt, wouldn't you say, in the type of regulations for supplements and the things that are on our shelves these days?
100%. And I think for me, when I explain these things, what it boils down to is not necessarily that the FDA isn't involved. There's just not many strict guidelines on, how a product can be manufactured and how you can bring it to the market. So really, when you go shopping, education is key, and knowing what to look for and what not to look for, and really understanding how the industry works.
Right. Okay, so we do want to get through all of the supplements today, but I want to remind people, if you're watching on Talk Shop Live, you can click shop. If you're watching on Instagram or Facebook, you can comment buy on Instagram or Facebook, and you'll get that link in your DM to purchase directly. And today, all of the supplements are we doing 20% off, Matt?
Yes.
20% off. So you can just comment shop on Talk Shop Live or click the shop button, and on Instagram and Facebook, you comment the word buy. Okay, so that's pretty much what we're going to do today. We're going to get through the entire line, but we're going to start with foundational health. right? Because I know that I get a lot of clients who want to lose weight. And yeah, we've got a whole bunch of weight loss supplements coming up. This is my Fiber Lean. This is all coming up at, I want to say around 11:30, we're going to try to get there. But before you do anything else, I always put all of my weight loss clients, all of my healthy aging clients on foundational nutrition. I used to think a long time ago that we didn't need multivitamins, that I could eat my way to better health. But the way that the food system has changed, it's very difficult to do that these days. Wouldn't you say so, Matt?
100%.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's just our food system has changed. And so this need for a bioavailable type of nutrition in supplement form is something that I put all clients on. That said, if you are here to lose weight, your body is still going to be craving nutrients that it might be lacking in foundational health in trying to get those nutrients met. And so I always tell people, before you go to the weight loss supplements, get the foundation right. What do you think about that, Matt?
Absolutely. I think when you think in terms of how our body works and positions itself to have optimal health and to lose weight or accomplish any goal that you want, things like vitamin D, magnesium, a healthy gut, all those things. Oh, I'm saying, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay.
I can hear you. Yeah, we accidentally didn't add you.
No worries.
It's our first time on the Talk Shop Live. We accidentally didn't add Matt on Talk Shop Live for some reason. I'm not sure why, but we had you on Instagram and Facebook. Okay.
So I'll just start over real quick. So you know, your point about trying to lose weight and not focusing on foundational health first is exactly right. If you're trying to lose weight and your gut microbiome is off, not only is that going to cause GI dysfunction, but it's going to contribute to poor decision making or being susceptible to cravings. The list goes on. If your vitamin D levels are low, you're going to have those same issues. So taking care of those foundational things first from quality sources is key. And I just emphasize one point, and I think we're going to touch on this at the end a little bit, but you know, let's, Darnell, focus a little bit at some point today on supplement facts boxes and educating on those.
Yeah, why don't we will, and we're going to get to that, but tell me first, before we get into the foundational health, because we're really talking about foundational nutrition, we're talking about brain health, we're talking about heart health, we're talking about bone health, and we're talking about gut microbiome health. So it's really these 5 products that I would say are the foundation that we need to begin with. How are these products, Matt, different from what's on the market today? How does this, in addition to the facts box, which we're going to get to, but how are these products different from what you can find in Costco or your supermarket shelves or your local pharmacy? How do these products different? I know, but I want you to tell everybody else.
Absolutely. So first things first is the products aren't formulated to meet a specific price point. So if you've ever been at the line at Costco and you're checking out, there's almost always a fish oil next door that you can see from the line, and it's $19.99. And what Costco knows is that you're willing to spend $20 on that bottle, and at the checkout you'll maybe just grab a bottle. So these products are formulated with results in mind. So number one, where we source the raw materials from. Number two, how they're manufactured, and that all of your products are stability tested, which simply means that when you look at that supplement facts box and we have 100 milligrams on there, there's actually going to be 100 milligrams in there or more through the date on the bottle. And then 3, how they're transported to you, right? These are coming direct from the manufacturer. They're not being shipped somewhere, stored in a warehouse, then shipped into another warehouse, and then to you. They're coming directly from the manufacturer.
Yeah, so it's the same thing, you guys, when you go to your supermarket and you see the vegetables that have been shipped from across the country. They just know that they have been picked, they have been stored, they have then been put on a truck, they have then been brought to you, then they're stored again, they're put on the supermarket shelves, and all along the way, they're zapping the nutrients. It just diminishes. The same thing is true for supplements. Like the way that these were designed is that you get them directly as they're packaged and they go straight to you. So we're not skimping on how well these supplements are going to be fresh and are going to work with your body. Okay, so let's start with, and they're all sourced with Albion. Do you want to talk about that a little bit, Matt?
Yeah, so I'm sure everybody here is familiar with the term mineral, right? So whether that's iron or magnesium are the most common ones. So we specifically partnered with a company called Albion Labs. You can go to their website, and without question, they are the best source of minerals in the world. And the reason why for that, if you've ever taken, let's say, iron before, you're probably accustomed to asking a question or being concerned with constipation, right? So all of these minerals are bound to an amino acid, okay, which allows them to be readily absorbed through your gut into the bloodstream and efficaciously do their job. Whereas most of the minerals that you go and buy on the market are, first, not made by Albion, and two, are just salts. So they come in, they irritate the gut, and you're not really absorbing what you're taking. So they cause irritation.
Yeah.
So we'll highlight that at the end on what to look for in the supplement facts box and on the bottom.
Okay, so let's get right into it. Let's start with the Nutramax, because this is like, this was the first product that I developed, and when I first took this, I thought, oh my God, that's what a multivitamin is supposed to feel like. It felt different. It felt different. My body absorbed it different. And so when we're talking about the Nutramax, this is all foundational health. So made with real foods, foundational health. Matt, what is your thought on the Nutramax in terms of what we've done that other companies haven't done with a healthy aging multivitamin?
So number one, there's over 30 raw materials in here. I believe there's 35 or 36 raw materials in here. So I break that down into two categories: foundational health, which there's about 23 raw materials in there, focused on foundational nutrition to cover all of the things that you're looking for, as to your point, to operate optimally, okay? Then the other 12 raw materials are what I would refer to as performance raw materials, meaning that they serve a specific function. So when you take iron, you don't notice the difference, right? You don't feel anything.
Yeah.
But when you take one of those 12 or those 12 kind of performance raw materials, that's what you're feeling.
That's
so
what
you're
I'm feeling.
noticing a difference, right? So this is formulated to be work synergistically together to get not only the foundational outcome, but also get you feeling good quickly after you take it.
Yeah.
Notice a difference.
Yeah, and I had a comment from Tara W. says, do we take the vitamins daily? Yes, you take them daily. And when you do take these daily, you will feel a difference. One of the things that I realized when I started getting on an effective, potent multivitamin was that a lot of my cravings that I was having diminished. And that's because all of my basic nutritional needs were being made. And sometimes, Tara, when you're not taking a daily vitamin and you could be depleted in something, what that does is your body will continually strive to find those nutrients. And our bodies, when our body is missing something and we're in deprivation, our brain doesn't tell us to look for broccoli, right? It tells us to look for cupcakes. And we're just trying to fill in all of that space until we actually meet that. So it will cause you to eat more if all of your nutritional foundation is not done first. That's what I have found.
Absolutely. Just a quick question. This can be a 30-day supply or 60-day supply. You can take 2 or 4 a day. Really, it's about feeling out what works for you. And the second question, are they FDA approved? No supplements are FDA approved. The FDA does not approve any supplements. And that's kind of where we started this conversation off, is that the FDA is there to kind of put a guiding light out there and rules to live by. But the enforcement of those rules is fairly lackluster, and it really befalls onto the manufacturer to follow those rules. So we follow the highest stringent standard of those rules. And all these products are stability tested, meaning that we actually have documentation that backs up what's actually in the product.
Yeah, which you can't really find in other supplements.
And yes,
on the market,
they are third-party approved.
Yeah,
or not approved. That's not the right word.
Third-party
tested.
inspected. Yeah.
Tested, yeah.
And all of the vitamins you'll see. I'm working with 2 different cameras here, you guys, so you'll have to excuse me. but all of them have this Albion symbol on them, which means it is the high, I'm going to show Instagram and Facebook up here, but it's the highest level of purity and of any type of supplement that you can find. And so even though we don't sell these overseas, they pass that purity level to be able to be sold in other markets. So that's the Nutramax. And I had a question, are these products for both men and women? They are. Who was it that asked that? I'll find that in a second. Oh, Mia C asked, are these products for both men and women? They absolutely are. And they are made in the USA. And Mia S says, so how long is their shelf life? It kind of depends on the product, right, Matt?
Yeah, so because of that term stability tested, which you're going to hear me use, what that essentially means is that when we manufacture a product for the first time, they're going to get a manufacture date on it. And then we actually run stability testing on those. And after, depending on the product, whether it's 12 or 18 months out, we could then get stability data on that. And then we put a stability date on the bottle, which is generally between 18 and 36 months. Mm-hmm. And that what that means is that the label claim on in the supplement facts box will be guaranteed to have that amount in there through that date.
Yeah, amazing. Amazing. So let's just, before we move on to the next one, this is the Nutramax. I take 2 of these a day. If I'm eating really, really well, I'll take 2 of these a day. If I'm traveling, or I notice that, like, I didn't eat all of the zillions of vegetables that I eat that day, I'll take 2 in the evening and 2 in the morning and 2 in the afternoon. But this is, it also, in addition to foundational health, it's a basic formula for wellness. It supports antioxidant activity, supports detoxification, supports health in individuals with inadequate nutrient intake, and it supports energy production and stress response. And that's what I'm feeling when I take these. I'm feeling that extra energy that the nutrients are giving me that I'm not feeling in any other multivitamin I've ever tried. So that's that. Let's move on to the Cardiomax, and this is a fish oil. This is a super strong fish oil. Do you want to tell us a little bit about this, Matt?
Yeah, quickly. I can talk fish oil for an hour. I'll try to do this in a quick 30 seconds here. So the evolution of fish oil is complex. But to focus on what this is a 3rd generation of fish oil, okay? And what that simply means is that during the manufacturing process, this is called a monoglyceride, we take the first step of digestion so that you don't have to, okay? Mm-hmm. So why is that beneficial? Well, we all have different levels and different degrees of how well we can break down and absorb, digest fats, right? And fish oil is a fat. So if you do that poorly, or let's say you've had your gallbladder removed, you can't take fish oil, but you can take this fish oil, okay? If you're perfectly healthy and you have no issues, then this fish oil is going to be great for you too, and be a little bit superior than what you might buy at Costco or Whole Foods or wherever. So point being is to pay attention to this is an enteric coated capsule, meaning it's going to break down the duodenum where we want this fish oil to break down. You'll get no fish burps. And we are taking the first step of digestion so that you don't have to.
Amazing. Lydia asked, can I take this Cardiomax on an empty stomach? Absolutely, you can. I take this on an empty stomach all the time because it's just fish oil. So you got to think of it like it's like a food product.
Yep. And to the point of that question, in the past, it was recommended that you would take fish oil with food because of the fat situation. So you want to encourage the body to produce the enzymes needed to break down the fats, but you don't need to do that with this.
Ray D said, have nutritionists tried, tested, and approved these? Beyond that, doctors, doctors, nutritionists. We've got a lot of different people that if you look on the website, if you went to liveyounglifestyle.com, you'll see a lot of the, I'm trying to think of the word. It's a lot of 5-star reviews, a lot of reviews there. A lot of reviews are by doctors. So that is something that I take very seriously. And then there was one other question before I move on to the next one. Elizabeth said, how long before you see results? First of all, Julia said, I'm in perimenopause and my doctor told me to get a multivitamin. Haven't yet. Would this be a good one? Absolutely. you want something that's effective. You're not going to be throwing your money away, right? This is an effective one. And then how long till you feel the results? I felt the results immediately with the Nutramax, which is why I went down to 2 pills a day when I first started instead of the recommended 4. Okay, so let's move on. That was so far we've done the Nutramax, we've done the Cardiomax. I want to talk about Osteomax, because if you are a woman over the age of 35, this is a supplement that you absolutely need to be on. And this is very different than a lot of the other supplements on the market. And that has to do with the K2 as MK7 plus D3. Go ahead and explain this to us a little bit, Matt, why this is different and why this is important. I'll tell you why it's important for women, but tell us how this is different than what's on the market.
Quickly, a very large percentage of our population is vitamin D3 deficient. Okay, so if you've ever had your D3 25 hydroxy score run from your doctors, a huge portion of our population is deficient. Personally, what I train my doctors on and the people that I work with is we want to have a 25 hydroxy score above 50, somewhere between 50 and 60. So this contains 5,000 IUs per day or per capsule of vitamin D3. Which a key point there is make sure you're taking D3 and not D2. A lot of doctors write a prescription for vitamin D2, which is not naturally absorbable, and your score won't change much. The second and most important ingredient in this is the vitamin K2 as MK7. Okay, so in the quickest, easiest way I can explain what is vitamin K2, it's the conductor of calcium in our body. It tells calcium where to go and where not to go. So I'll let you run with that one.
Yeah, so Matt had an analogy a while ago about like a director, like at a terminal when an airplane is coming in. You've got like those traffic directors. The K2 as MK7 acts as like the guy with the flags that's telling the calcium to get out of the arteries and into the bone. So it makes literally rock hard bones. And if you're perimenopausal, woman, which starts as early as your 30s, but is typically between 40 and 46 years old, that's the onset of perimenopause, your bone density could be decreasing without estrogen, without being on hormone replacement therapy. Your bone density decreases by 1 to 3% per year, which makes us more susceptible as women for osteoporosis, for osteopenia. That's the decreasing of bone density in the bones, and you're way more susceptible to fractures, which is in and of itself a negative just kind of snowball that happens, right? So to get on something like this that is not only great for your vitamin D levels, which most people are deficient, but that actually will take that calcium out of the arteries so you get pliable arteries. So it's great for cardiovascular health as well. Even though it's called Osteomax, even though this is our bone strengthening formula, it's also great for cardiovascular health as well, because you're making pliable arteries. You're taking the calcium out, you're sticking it directly into the bone, like the air traffic controller guy, right? I put every single one of my healthy aging clients, if you're over the age of 35, on this Osteomax. This is like nothing that you can find in the stores today. Okay, do you have anything else to add to that?
I would just say, again, call to action on it is go research what vitamin K2 is, and make sure if you're buying this that you're buying the MK7 form. MK7. Okay, not the MK4. You want MK7.
So we put it right there on the bottle so that you understand this is the part that's super important at what really makes this supplement stand out above what is else on there. And Angela Gallego said, how much D3 should a postmenopausal woman have in her bloodstream? I don't have those levels with me off the top of my head.
In general, our 25 hydroxy score, you want to be above. If you go to a very traditional doctor, Kaiser or something, they're going to tell you want you to be above 30. In my world, we want to see people at least around 50. And that would be applicable for everybody, men and women, any age.
Okay, Willa D said, should we consult with our physician before taking any of these? I mean, your physician's probably going to be blown away, to be honest with you. But I always say, if you're pregnant, absolutely consult with your physician. If you are on multiple different kinds of medications, before getting off of them, before you see your scores, like I always say, you want to be under a physician's care when you're dealing with anything with your health. Right, Matt? What do you think?
Absolutely.
Okay, we're going to the next one. This is Neuromax. This is magnesium threonate, and it supports, this is like good for your brain. It's good for your brain. It's good for sleep. You have anything else to say about this? I take this at night.
Yeah, I mean, magnesium is honestly one of the most crucial ingredients, raw materials that we can put in our body. It serves over 300 functions in our body. So what this form is, it's actually multiple forms, but the main ingredient, as you mentioned, is magnesium threonate, which is a term we use alternatively as brain magnesium.
Mm-hmm.
But specifically what it does is there's a couple other forms of magnesium in there that trick the body into taking those other forms first and using them, and then allowing the mag threonate. It actually gets absorbed in our spine and then makes it to our brain. And so if you take this in the morning, it's going to promote serotonin function. If you take it in the evening, it's going to promote melatonin function, right? Which is our happy and our sleepy hormone, right? But also this, if you're taking this daily long term, this is going to be a healthy brain product. It's going to decrease inflammation in our brains, basically the definition of anti-aging.
Basically the definition of anti-aging. So we have one more that we're going to talk about in terms of like foundational health, and that is the daily probiotic. And for me, this is, I mean, it's beyond like supporting bowel regularity, right? It's beyond that healthy intestinal microbiome. It's just a really great, well-rounded probiotic that has 4 different strains. And tell me, I know you're going to talk about it, Matt. Tell me how this product, look, I'm already into it. Tell me how this product differs from those that are on the market today.
So probiotics are, you know, one of the top selling, most revenue generating things next to fish oil in the dietary supplement market. Okay. Mm-hmm. So first things first is they're not all created equal. So the very first thing to look at, she pulled out, is this is delivered in a nitrogen purge blister pack. Okay. Probiotics are alive. They need to stay stable. So how they're delivered is key. So when you're buying probiotics, try to look for something like this. If you're opening the bottle every day, or it's been exposed to heat or cold, more than likely the efficacious value of that probiotic is not great.
And what Matt means by efficacious value is that you're basically eating dead bugs.
You got it. That's one way. I love it.
You're spending money to eat dead bugs.
That's right.
Okay, so that's why it's super important that it's blister packed. What I tried to do with this line, because I'm so meticulous about what I put in my body, I want it pure and I want it free of all the toxins and heavy metals, all of that stuff. I also want to make sure I'm not wasting my money. So if you're doing a cheaper vitamin line and if your probiotic sits in a bottle like this on your shelf, you're eating dead bugs.
Yep. And I was going to say with probiotics, you know, the first thing is, if you can turn and look at the supplement facts box in the back there, is this has a label claim of 30 billion CFUs on it, or 35 billion actually, I believe, right? Is that what it is? 35 billion?
I think it's 35 billion. 15 billion. Well, it's a multiple. You have to add them all. You add them all.
I believe it's
35. Yeah.
So that label claim, when you mentioned, or I mentioned earlier about stability testing, that 35 billion claim is at the time of expiration, okay, of this product. So even if you take this past expiration, you're still going to have 35 billion CFUs in there, okay? Whereas when you go into the general space to buy a probiotic, those label claims are listed at 10 billion, 1 billion, all over the place. And those are at time of manufacture. So even if you called the manufacturer and said, hey, how much is in there right now? They wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Whereas we can be predictive and tell you that. So we put an overage in here by a multiple of 3. So if you buy this on the day it was manufactured, it's going to have 100 billion CFUs in it.
Yeah, exactly. Which is why it's like, tell me what I'm putting in my body. I want to know what I'm putting in my body. And so if a label says it's a certain amount, and then by the time that we consume it, we're consuming dead bugs. What? Julia said, ooh, no dead bugs for me. Should the probiotics be kept in the fridge? These do not need to be because they are blister packed. So this can just sit on your regular shelf. But if you bought probiotics from a supermarket or from Costco and you bought them sitting on a shelf, you probably already are consuming dead bugs before you ever even get them home.
And that's a great question, because that's how, when probiotics first came on the market in the 1980s, they had to be refrigerated. And so it's kind of been this common theme for the last 30 years plus that, hey, one thing I know about probiotics is you got to keep them in the fridge. Well, if you're buying probiotics that need to be kept in the fridge, you're buying probiotics that you probably shouldn't be taking, because we're past that.
Exactly. That is such a good point. If you're buying I like that. If you're buying probiotics that need to belong in the fridge, that's like old school probiotics. This is much better technology that we have. Okay, so that's the end of like what I would call the foundational health, right? We're going to get into weight loss, you guys. Don't go anywhere. We're getting into weight loss right now. But just remember, if you're shopping on Talk Shop Live, you can click shop to buy. If you're shopping on Instagram or Facebook, you can comment the word buy. And Lydia, would you be able to comment in this chat here? Yeah, I think you can comment it on the chat and you will get a DM with the link to buy with the 20% discount. So if anybody is interested in anything that we've talked about so far, if you're shopping on Talk Shop Live, you click shop. If you are on this, we're live streaming through Instagram or Facebook, you can comment the word buy and you'll get a DM directly with the discount link. Okay. We're getting into the pretty part. So that was the Nutramax. I'm going to put these aside. That was the Nutramax. This is foundational health, foundational nutrition. Cardiomax, which is a fish oil, great for, I'm trying to like get it in both screens at the same time. Cardiomax, which is great for your heart. Osteomax, bone health. Neuromax is brain health and helps you sleep as well. And then the daily probiotic. So that is the foundational health. Now we can get into the pretty stuff. And the reason weight loss is coming, you guys, weight loss is coming. But before we do that, I wanted to talk about the one pretty supplement we have. And the reason why it's coming after the foundational health is because nothing looks as good as optimal health. It just doesn't. If I did this product alone, which is my hair, skin, and nails collagen generator, and I did not any of this foundational health, my body's not going to feel and function and look the way that it does now. It's this stuff that creates that optimal health, that lets your body feel better, that lets your body function younger, function at its best. And it's in doing that that your body will then look its best as well. So that said, now we can talk about a collagen generator. This is my hair, skin, and nails. It's one of my top products. And the reason is because if for those of you who have missed me doing microneedling live on Instagram, I do microneedling live. I have an Instagram show live every Saturday at 12 o'clock. So some of you are watching this through Instagram, you're streaming that. Some of you are watching this Facebook Live, which is new to me, and Shop Talk Live, which is new. But if you followed me on Instagram, you know that I microneedle a lot. And so I microneedle my face in order to create these micro traumas that call on your own body to come to the rescue and produce collagen and elastin. So that's a physical way that I'm producing collagen. I also take a collagen supplement, different than my brand, that gives me all of the precursors necessary to build that collagen back. But what my hair, skin, and nails does is this is a collagen generator. This nourishes those cells in your skin that are responsible to producing collagen in the first place. So Matt, you want to tell me a little bit about this product?
Yeah, I mean, you said it right there. I think the key word is collagen generator. So this works at an endogenous level, so inside, promoting your body's natural way to heal itself and support collagen production. So rather than taking, a bunch of collagen exogenously in a powdered form or something like that on a daily basis, which basically just goes into your body, does what it does, and then exits, this actually works synergistically with your body to produce collagen daily to support what your goals are, which in this case is healthy nails, healthy hair, healthy skins, right?
Well, I might have higher goals. It's like, can we get rid of wrinkles? Can we
Yep.
increase, moisture in the skin? Can we look years younger? Yes, this is a part of it. Foundational health and hair, skin, and nails is a part of it, but this also helps with your bones and your joints.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just didn't put it on the bottle. We didn't put it on the bottle because more people will pick up a bottle that says hair, skin, and nails than they will pick up a bottle that says bones and joints. And yet it's so connected. Our optimal health is so connected. So yeah, you do need all of this foundational stuff first, right? To get you looking and feeling and functioning your best. And then you come in and you have your body start producing collagen. That's like a win, 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 win. That's all I got. Okay, we are now going towards weight loss. We're doing on time? How we're doing on time? This is, I'm gonna see if I can.
I was just going to
okay,
answer this question. I think it's a good question.
Okay.
How do you know if you're taking too many supplements?
That
I
is a
think
good question.
you be the judge of that. But as Darnell's point made, start foundationally. I mean, there's literally hundreds of supplements you can purchase and find out there, the next best thing, whatever. But start with foundationally, which, she's broken down into these few little products that are going to serve many, provide many solutions for you, right?
Yeah.
And then you can go into specific need products, whether that's the hair, skin, and nails product or a fiber product or whatever it might be. And some of those maybe you just take for a short period of time and then you're done with them. But always start foundationally first.
Always start foundationally first. Yes. There's so many, I have so many clients that they come to me and they're like, okay, what's up with like, I don't want to name these other, the more scientific stuff that's going on these days with in terms of like your DHEA levels and your, all this different stuff. And I always say, what is your multivitamin? What is your foundational health? What is your fish oil? What is all of that stuff? And when I get a lot of weight loss clients who are looking for the quick fix on how to lose weight, I always start them off with, what is your body missing? What is causing you to reach for that food? And that's always, I don't hate to keep going back to it, but that's always foundational health. Once you get the foundational health situated, then we can move on to the weight loss. And some of them are like something so simple, yet so effective and so pure. This is one of my top sellers. This is Fiber Lean. And I want to talk about this first because I have every single client that I work with that wants to lose weight on this product. And it's so simple because all you're doing is you're taking a scoop of this. I'm going to show you how little this scoop is. You're taking a scoop of this and you're putting this into a glass of water and stirring it up and guzzling it. And when you look at what this does in your body, this is Fiber Lean that has sat here for a half hour. So what I do with my weight loss clients is I say, I want you to take a scoop of Fiber Lean, mix it with water, and guzzle it 30 minutes before you eat anything. What this does is it works in many different ways. But the main way is you're not going to be able to eat as much if you've got this in your gut before you ever even reach for food. You've got this in your gut. What this does is it creates a mesh. I'm going to stand up. It creates a mesh in the line. So what happens when you eat food? Sorry, quick little science lesson. What happens when you eat food is it breaks it down, right? And then the glucose, it turns it into glucose, and that gets pulled through the lining of your small intestines. So when you think about when you go in and take a blood glucose level, a blood glucose test in the morning, and you want a fasting blood glucose, what they're wanting is how much glucose, how much sugar has been pulled through the lining of your small intestines and is now racing through your blood. What Fiber Lean does is it creates a mesh. Look at this. It creates a mesh in the lining of the small intestines. And this slows down the way that any carbs or sugars or anything gets pulled through that small intestines into your bloodstream. And if you can slow down the way that glucose hits your bloodstream, it's far less likely to be stored as fat. So when you get glucose that goes through the small intestines too quickly, when you're eating carbs, when you're eating highly processed foods, when you're eating sugars, and you're having juice. Juice is one of the worst things that you can do. But it pulls through the lining of that small intestines in the very beginning part of that small intestines very, very quickly. What fibrine does is it slows down the way that sugar is able to hit your bloodstream, making your blood glucose level a lot more stable. So not only are you eating less, your body is able to handle the sugar a lot better. So you're not, stimulating your body to come to the rescue and to try to package that up and, taxing on different body parts, your liver, your pancreas, all of that stuff. It's slowing it down so that your body can better handle it. And when your body can better handle it at that slower rate, it's far less likely to be stored as fat, and that's usually around the midsection. So anytime that I have a client that I see has a belly, right, a belly around the midsection, I automatically think food, and I automatically think there's a lot of sugar involved in that. Because that's the quickest way that our body gets rid of it, is it just, let's package it up, store it as fat. Mm-hmm. Anything that you eat, if you have this already in the small intestines, creating a mesh, it slows down the way all of that goes through the small intestines, making it far less likely to be stored as fat. If you do nothing else, increasing the fiber is going to give you better metabolic health. Matt, what do you have to say about that?
Oh, you said it great. All I would add to that is fiber is the one thing that gets forgotten about, and it's the simplest thing that we can do to solve a lot of issues.
Yeah.
If you get cravings, in the evenings before dinner, like you said, take this, and they magically disappear.
Lydia said, the fiber is the real deal. It really is. It really is. I'll tell you how I use this, you guys, and I'll tell you how I put my clients on. Anybody that wants to lose weight, what I do is I have them take 1 scoop of the fibrine, put it in a glass of water, drink it 30 minutes before your meal, before lunch and before dinner. Those are my 2 main meals. For me, if I'm not able to control what I'm eating, for example, I always start with all the vegetables first. Any vegetable I can consume first, because it creates that mesh, much like fiber. Fiber doesn't come from animals. It comes from vegetables. It is the supportive structure in plants. Just like collagen is that supportive structure in animals. You're not going to find a vegan collagen. Why? Because there's no fiber in that. That's a supportive structure of animals. Fiber is a supportive structure in all plants. So if you can eat your fiber first, you're going to create that mesh in the small intestines. But what if you're having lasagna? Or what if you go out to dinner? Or what if you're over at a friend's house and they don't eat the same way that you do? I always, before I go out to eat, before I go anywhere, if I'm not in control of my food, will take this whole supplement. You don't drink it like this. You stir it and you drink it right away. It has zero flavor. Has a little bit of a boba texture, but zero flavor. Chug this down, and 15 to 20 minutes later, you're just not as hungry, and you've improved your whole metabolic health by slowing down the way that sugar hits your bloodstream. Okay, moving on. What do you think, Matt?
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about Crave control. Well, you know what? Let's talk about the probiotic lean, because this is different than the daily probiotic, right? And from what I just watched a whole documentary on Netflix, which was so interesting. And what they had said was that when you look at the gut of obese people, overweight or obese people, when you look at their gut, they're missing a certain type of bacteria that is helping with the inflammation of the gut, which is helping with the curbing the cravings and all of that. How is this different, Matt? By the way, that's the same type of bacterium that's in here. How is this different than what's on the market today, besides the blister package?
Yeah, so this is a specific strain, okay, that is intended and has been researched and proven to increase the enzymes responsible for kind of eating up the fats in our gut that we want during weight loss, right? So you can go to, I just put this in the chat, but if you go to Darnell's website and you go look at each product, not only are the supplement facts box is clearly listed, but the strain in this product is clearly listed. You can literally copy and paste this into Google and you can find the research on this strain. It's very simple. So basically what this strain specifically does is encourages the growth of those enzymes that we want to help support how our bodies get rid of fat.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yep.
And it's so interesting that on that Netflix documentary, they were literally talking about this. And I was like, I have this product. I have this product. Okay, let's talk about Crave control. I have got a client that tells me I can never go out of business because she can never be without this product. She had a major sugar addiction, has had a major sugar addiction her whole life, has been overweight her whole life, and she has lost 42 pounds on this product by itself. And she takes 4 of these capsules in the morning. I'll show you what they look like. She doesn't take them all in one handful, but she takes 4 capsules in the morning, and she takes 4 capsules in the afternoon. She doesn't take it after 3 o'clock. But tell us, Matt, this works with neurotransmitters in the brain on those pleasure centers, right? So this not only works with sugar cravings or carb cravings, but there is some research on alcohol cravings as well.
Yeah, alcohol, smoking, all those types of things. So basically the raw materials in there are, I call them, they're going to support that taking you to a happy place, right?
You do feel better.
Yeah. So when we have cravings, generally that means we're, deficient in some type of, hormones in our body that are not being produced or maybe being produced too much of, right? And so what this does is help balance out the good and kind of remove the bad. So we're more inclined to make healthier decisions and reach for healthier snacks or maybe no snack at all, right? Versus then trying to resolve an issue, because we feel bad about something by grabbing, something that we know we shouldn't be doing, whether that's smoking a cigarette or grabbing some candy, right?
Yeah.
So all this is meant to do is trick the body into being happy and making better decisions.
Yeah.
Right?
It kind of gives, to me, it feels like, I'm trying to figure out a way to say this. It's not, sometimes when you get that hangry, that, there's like that little devil on one shoulder and the angel on the other that's trying to tell you or guide you on what you should eat and what you shouldn't eat. And that devil is always saying, don't have the cookie. This, to me, gives that angel a little bit more power, where it quiets that devil for a little bit, and it lets the angel be like, okay, wait a second, is that really what you want? And it gives a little bit more, I have a little bit more of a reasonable brain when I'm dealing with any sort of cravings. But I have a lot of clients on this Crave control, and they're getting amazing results with this. Okay, Meta Health. We did a whole show on Instagram about our Ozempic weight loss bundle, and that's basically what this is. You can buy all of these products separately. Remember, if you're shopping on TalkShop, you want to click that shop button. But if you're having this live stream on Instagram or on Facebook, you can comment the word buy, and you will then receive in your DMs a link to purchase all of the whole entire Live Young Healthy Aging vitamin line for 20% off. It's the biggest sale that we've had so far, with all of the products involved in the sale as well. So again, you're going to click on shop if you're on TalkShop Live. You're going to comment buy, B-U-Y, if you are on Facebook or Instagram. Okay, let's talk about MetaHealth, because we did a whole Instagram Live on the Ozempic weight loss bundle, which is basically can take the place of the weight loss shots that are out on the market now. You want to talk about that a little bit, Matt?
Yeah, so this is probably the simplest product we can talk about today, but it's also the most well-researched raw material in the entire dietary supplement industry. So this is berberine, okay? But it's a second generation berberine. So if you've ever taken berberine before, been told to take it, there's lots of different reasons why to take it. In this instance, this is for metabolic health. We're trying to activate an enzyme called AMP kinase, which is this master enzyme in our body that is most readily activated by exercise, okay? So this is mimicking us exercising. So please still
It's
exercise.
it's mimicking us exercising. Just like if you guys saw my Instagram story, I did a cold plunge today. It mimicked as if I did a 20-minute moderate workout, just 2 minutes and 48 seconds. It doesn't mean you can't exercise, but it mimics exercise, just like a cold plunge mimics exercise.
Absolutely. And so what makes this product special as opposed to any other berberine on the market is this what's called the dehydroberberine, okay? So you're taking less, getting more benefit without any of the downsides of a traditional berberine, which is really revolved around irritating the gut. So a lot of people take berberine and they can't stand it because it irritates their gut, causes GI pain, those types of things, right? Because the HCl form of berberine is actually kind of like a antibiotic in a way. It's an antimicrobial, so it comes in and it's kind of a killer in our guts and it irritates the guts. This will not do that. So this is specifically to support metabolic health and activating that enzyme AMP kinase.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I've got a lot of people that were on the weight loss shot and were having so many side effects that they needed to get off of it. And I think there was something like 14% of people cannot be on Ozempic weight loss shot or Wegovy weight loss shot because of the side effects. And we put them on, transferred them over to this bundle, which included the Crave control, the fiber lean, the probiotic lean, and the meta health. And it's a way for a lot of people who need to lose weight, for them to do it naturally and effectively and safely. And for those people who cannot tolerate the Ozempic shot or Wegovy shot, that this is an alternative that is safer without that rebound, and you're going to get the same results. Now, it's going to take a little bit longer because we're doing things a little bit more naturally, a little bit safer here, but the results happen. And you can go on liveyounglifestyle.com or shop.liveyounglifestyle for the Shopify where all the vitamins are, and you can see the before and afters of a lot of clients that I have on this particular bundle.
Yep. And I just add, you know, with all these shots and the GLP-1 talk out there, really all that it's doing is tricking your body into not eating, right? Ultimately, that's what we're doing, or what it's doing, right? So if you look at how
if we could all just not eat, right?
right. So when when Darnell put this bundle together, if you think about what role fiber serves in the body, what role the probiotic serves, what role the berberine serves, what role the Crave control, right? It's a very synergistic blend of products to accomplish not only that same goal, but in a much healthier way.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So that's an interesting thing because it's one shot or it's these products that work the same way. So you're dealing with inflammation of the gut, right? You're giving people those good bacterias. You're helping with the whole regulation of blood sugar. You're helping those cravings, and you're slowing down the way the blood sugar hits your bloodstream. The difference between the way that the shots slow down metabolism is very different than this, because what you don't want is to receive a shot that's going to slow your metabolism down so that when you get off the shot, all of a sudden you can hardly eat anything. Fiber does not slow your metabolism down. It slows down the way sugar and processed foods enter your bloodstream. It actually has your metabolism working harder in order to digest this. So in that aspect, it's not the same as the shot. The shot slows down those Wegovy, those Ozempic shots. It slows down the emptying of the intestines. So think about that. You're slowing down your digestion. You're slowing down the way that the contents empty. And in doing that, think about what that's doing to the anatomy, the physical structures of your body by causing them to be lazy and slow down. Yeah, it's keeping you fuller for longer. But what is that doing to your metabolism? On this bundle, which is, I don't think we're offering it as a bundle. Everything is you can purchase separately. But the fiber lean, the Crave control, the meta health, the probiotic lean, none of this is slowing down your metabolism. In fact, it's actually making your metabolism work a little bit harder. So that's why it's just a no-brainer that this is a much healthier way to do it. Now, if you're obese, if you're type 2 diabetic and you need to be on a weight loss shot, I tell my clients, by all means, go see your doctor. You need to get on it because your health matters, and weight does cause a negative health effect. So we want to make sure that our body is functioning its best. We want to make sure it's feeling its best. And we want to make sure that we're not in the long run doing something to our body in the name of health that's going to come back and bite us in the ass later.
And
I don't know how else to say that.
I'll make. 2 points I'll make. One, if you're on the shot and it's working for you, I would be placing my research on, because you're eating less and what that shot is. All drugs have a yin and yang, right? So they're going to have a benefit and they're also going to deplete. So go and research what's being depleted by what you're taking.
Yes.
But also you're eating less food. So make sure you're taking supplements to replace those foods that you're not getting, and the vitamins you're not getting from that food. The second point is, if you need to get off of the shot, this is a great way to transition off.
Honestly.
Right? So that's a key thing. So you don't balloon back up because you remove that shot from your regimen and all of a sudden you're hungry 24/7, right?
I'm so glad that you said that, because I did have a client. I worked with her for 6 months, and every time I tried to get her off the shot, she really at that point did not need it. But every time she tried, for craft's sake, is the fiber same as my eyes?
Psyllium husk. Yeah, it's similar. So I put up there, if you go to Darnell's website, go find the product. The reference sheet, you can download it, read everything you're going to want to know about the fiber product, including the supplement facts box, the research on the products, the reference studies, all that. They're all there for every product.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally lost where I was going with that. Oh, I know what I was saying. I had a client that I worked with for about 6 months that was on a weight loss shot. She got down to the point, she needed it in the beginning. I was not working with her in the beginning. She got down to a point where she did not need it any longer. But every time she tried to get off of it, she ballooned back up, got back on, went back and forth, off and on, off and on. I transitioned her to this entire setup here, and now the weight is stable, and she's now transitioned to something that's not slowing down her metabolism, but rather encouraging healthy metabolism. Okay. Anything else, Matt?
No.
I just want to see how our fiber's doing. Look, now that it has sat here for even longer, you can see the thickness of this, and that's fiber lean. Okay. That said, we have 2 more products to talk about. For those of you guys who are just joining, if you're joining from Talk Shop Live, you can just click that shop button and you'll automatically get to be able to shop that for 20% off every product that we have. If you're watching on Instagram or you're watching on Facebook Live, you can comment the word buy, B-U-Y, and then check the DMs. You'll get that link for that 20% off. Okay, we have 2 more products, and I'm telling you, these are non-negotiable in my world, because we are dealing with a world that is way more toxic than it ever has been before. And so the last 2 products that we have to do with detoxification and protection. And so when we talk about the Antiox Next Level, do you want to tell me a little bit about this product?
Yeah, just quickly, this is a patented raw material. Essentially, the longer you take it, the more benefit it has. I wouldn't recommend just taking it for 30 days. It's not something you're going to notice. But over time, this is going to, if you've ever heard the word glutathione, wanted to go get a glutathione shot, glutathione has a half-life of 90 minutes. And it's in and out of your body very quickly. This supports the endogenous, or how our body produces glutathione, okay? And that's been clinically proven. Again, you can go to that sheet on her website, research and read the studies yourself.
Yep. So this is cellular antioxidant support. It combats oxidative stress throughout your entire body, and there are numerous health benefits. Go and look at the thing. Go and look at the facts checks, the facts box, and read up a little bit about that. I also want to talk about eye detox.
Yep. So quickly, eye detox would be like eating a couple bowls of broccoli. Okay. The active ingredient here is glucoraphanin. If you've ever read about that, what the benefit of broccoli is, one of the main things is glucoraphanin, and that conversion into a raw material called sulforaphane. Okay. Sulforaphane, if you research it, it's wonderful. This is a unique formula that includes an enzyme called myrosinase, which is what our body produces when we chew broccoli, and that guarantees that conversion of glucoraphanin to sulforaphane. So this combines glucoraphanin with myrosinase to guarantee that conversion. And what is the benefit of that? It's the guarantor of getting rid of things in our body like benzenes that we don't want, that our body has a very challenging time to get rid of.
Yes. So for like, this is like, I just don't ever go without these, because your body needs this, right? You need to protect and you need to be able to get rid of. So this is so good for so many different health benefits. Okay, before we get off of here, you guys just remember, it's 20% off. I think the sale is going to last for a week. You can click shop if you're on Talk Shop Live. You can also just comment the word buy, B-U-Y, right? And you'll get that 20% off link. Matt, do you have any other last words or piece of advice for our listeners?
Yep. I'll just quickly, my challenge to all of you out there, whether you buy Darnell supplements or buy it from somewhere else, is educate yourself. And the first thing I always look at, and I train all my clients to look at, is go look at the supplement facts box. That will tell the story of the product. So many times I see this new greatest next product and I go online to look at it and I can't find the supplement facts box anywhere, the SFB. And what does that tell me? They don't want me to see it. So ours are listed clearly on our website. And my main point here is, and I'll just make one, that's the Nutramax.
Yeah.
So I actually just did this, and I'll challenge you guys all to do this too. Go Google Centrum and pull up the supplement facts box and compare it to hers. Okay. And I'll just pick one raw material, vitamin B6. If you look at the Centrum, they don't tell you the form that it's in. Okay.
Yeah.
Whereas we tell you specifically the form that it is in, which is pyridoxal 5 or P5P, which is the active form. Roughly a third of the population can't convert the unactivated form of B6 to the activated form. And the side effects can be as serious as neuropathy, brain fog, dizziness, and serious other issues, right? So look and find and know what you're buying before you take it. If they're trying to hide the supplement facts box from you, that means that you probably shouldn't take the product.
Yeah, so if you have a supplement facts box like a Centrum 50 plus women or whatever, and you look at the vitamin B6 on here and it just says vitamin B6 with the milligrams, you shouldn't be buying that product. They're not telling you what's in it. They're not telling you the source of that. That's your point, right, Matt?
Yep.
It's a great point. That's a great point. Okay, that's all I got. Tomorrow I'm going to be live on Instagram with a demo on microcurrent. So I'll see all my Instagram live people tomorrow at 12. And then I think that's it. That's our first Talk Shop Live. Success. Good job, Matt. Matt, thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely.
And for those of you guys who have additional questions, you can ask them on Instagram. You can ask in Facebook, and we will try. Matt's going to stick around for a little bit. I'm going to stick around for a little bit. We're going to answer as many questions as we possibly can. Remember, you can just comment the word buy on Facebook or Instagram, and you'll check your DMs and you'll get that link. Okay, everybody, have a great rest of your day. Be healthy. I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Okay, do I end this one first or this one? Okay, all right, buddy.